There are snakes on this planet that people will cross oceans to see, even if it's just for a brief moment. And in this trip, I'm traveling to the heart of the Karoo in hopes to see one of these snakes. A snake that spends most of its life underground and only comes out at night. I was lucky enough to enjoy a fully complimentary stay at the Karoo Stone Rustic Farm, which acted as a center base for my mission. And once I got there, I wasted no time and got straight to work. Right, so I'm out and around with the four-wheeler. I've been road cruising the roads. You can see the sun all the way down there. Busy setting, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm finding these places, all these holes here. It looks absolutely incredible, and the moon is beautiful. It's a full moon and it's actually quite red up there. Probably just can't see it, but it's so gorgeous. And hopefully, guys, we will find the snake that we are looking for. The Karoo doesn't give you anything easily. You really have to slow down and let it reveal itself. Alright, so we're out in the middle of the Karoo. Been a hot day, 35, 36 degrees today. Really gonna try my luck, push to see what we can find. At least have a quad bike, which is a lot more resources than I had when I was in Namibia. And I got slops. Those should probably be closed shoes, especially with the Cape thicktail scorpions going around here. Those Parabuthus, Capensis. So we're gonna be really careful out here. Alright, so I'm out doing one more lap around the campsite, around the tent that we're sleeping in. Maybe we'll be very lucky. If not, we still have a few more days. Even when you are prepared, this place reminds you of who's really in charge. Alright, we got a solid fuge that ran into the tent. He is really big. Obviously I've got to kick him out of here because he's traumatized. The missus. There you go, buddy. Phew, bye-bye. Right, the first night is officially complete. Not much luck. I'm a bit tired. It's about 10 o'clock now and we've been driving all day, so I'm really starting to feel the effects of that. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. We had a late night last night and it's really early morning now. It's only 5:45, believe it or not. Safe to say I feel pretty groggy, but the sun's out in full force already and it's warm. It's really warm. The Karoo is something else. I mean, last year when I was in Namibia, it was pretty hectic, but right here, the spot's a little bit next level right now. We got a few more days still. Got 2 full nights, 3 full days. See what we can find.
My monster froze in the fridge. Oh well, bottoms up.
This is exactly the kind of habitat we're looking for these coral snakes. We're in the Klein Karoo. There's lots of soft soil everywhere. The species spends a lot of its time underground, but there's a catch. We have to look for them at night. But just because they come out at night doesn't mean we sit around and do nothing during the day. The daylight hours are actually the perfect opportunity for us to go around and scout out their habitat. This way we could search for all the best possible places where we would think that these snakes will come out at night. This place looks empty, but it's never quiet. Guys came up like, listen, we got something that you might be interested in, and they brought me this little guy. Might be a little hard to see, but right there, guys, it's a thread snake. And it was actually near their pool, and thankfully they were cautious enough to not actually try and attempt to pick it up because they couldn't identify it. And obviously this little snake went there because it was obviously dehydrated. I mean, this place is so dry. That is so small. Thread snakes are among the smallest species of snakes in the world, and I mean this specific one that we have right here, they always tend to ball up like this. But this is probably the longest one I've ever seen. Special sight, absolutely beautiful little snake. I love these guys. I love showing them to the kids and all the people that aren't actually into snakes and don't really know much, because it's such a seemingly harmless species. So people will be like, oh, okay, I'll hold it. That's really cool. And it's really fascinating. So it's really cool seeing these guys. And he's just coiled all around my hand. But that is a really special find. Really happy with this. That's really beautiful. Right, it's now 6:27 p.m. and the sun is starting to dip. The roads are only a bit warm now, it's not as hot as it was earlier. There is a bit of wind, but that's okay. I still think we're going to have a lot of luck. I scouted quite a lot of spots this morning, really checking out where I think will be a good spot to road cruise on the quad bikes, a good spot to check out with a torch at night. So I have really high hopes for this afternoon. And I actually really do think we have a high chance of finding one. Got a beautiful little Pachydaculus running around here. That is stunning. Now this is really cool. I'm a big sucker for Pachydaculus and many other gecko species in South Africa. So seeing this guy was really cool. But then again, at the same time, there's really no need to pick him up. I'm just going to let him go on his way and keep on searching. And to my surprise, it really didn't take long until we found what we were looking for. Yo! That was too easy! You see him here?
No.
That's a beautiful little one, eh? Look at this. They are quick, but yes, this one's gorgeous. So you see what I'm doing here? If I walk like this in front of him, he doesn't want to go to me. So if I keep him like this, you see how I can keep him in the spot here? Yay, look at that. Look at his hood. Can you see that?
Yeah. Like a cobra.
Yeah, it's in the same family as cobras. Yay! Look at that. Wow, he's beautiful little one, hey? Wow, hey, look at that. Normally they're a lot more red than this. Yo, he's got such good perception. See this? But he's got gorgeous yellows. You see this? Look at that. It's also known as a Cape Coral Cobra. Yeah, but they're not true cobras. Guys, this is absolutely insane. Look how incredible this is. This is a dream come true species to film for me. They are so beautiful and he's full of character. But the thing is, he's so small in such a large world. You can only imagine what it's like for them. There's no wonder they've adapted to be like ghosts in this environment. It's so incredible. They are easily one of the most beautiful species of snake on this entire planet. That is just incredible. I'm not going to force him to stay here. Alright, there he goes. Let's check this out. He is on his way. Look at this. That is incredible. There he goes, just like that. He's found himself a little hole. These guys spend their life underground. And he clearly knows this area much better than we do. Hey, big guy. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? That is so amazing. And you can actually see he's shoving his head in there and he's probably trying to grip the sand. This probably is not a designated hole of his. That is incredible, guys. Whoa. I'm sorry, big guy. I'm sorry. I've got him in a cornered position right now, so I'm really not surprised that he's acting this way. And I don't blame him. I'm such a large creature and he's probably never seen a human before. This place is so rural in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I'm not going to spend too much longer because I really don't want to scare him any more than we already have. The species is really small. Look how tiny that is. It's incredible. But it's such an incredible advantage out here because obviously the smaller you are, the less resources you need. So it's an evolutionary advantage. But it's always so weird that the snakes that spend most of their life underground are the ones that are so beautiful like this. Spotted harlequin's another example. That's incredible, hey big guy. That is insane. What an incredible find. But I think I'm going to leave him right here. We've messed with him enough. That is just so amazing. The Cape Coral snake is a species I've dreamed of finding for as long as I can remember, and it's always held a special place in my heart. So being able to encounter one like this in its natural habitat means more to me than I can really put into words. It's truly a remarkable animal, and seeing it out here, free, thriving, exactly where it belongs, honestly warms my heart. I do my best to share my passion for these animals, and to help educate people about just how special they are, but there's always that quiet concern that sits at the back of my mind, of those who don't know how to appreciate nature while they're in it. People who feel the need to take the most beautiful creatures from the wild and confine them to cages, often feeding into the illegal pet trade, just to own the next rare thing. These animals don't belong in enclosures. They belong out there, free, in the wild. And I hope that through moments like this, I can show just how powerful it is to experience the wild where it belongs, and maybe to inspire others to protect it rather than remove it. Because the wild is their home, and with the way the world is going, that home is slowly getting smaller.